Welcome to Empirical P-Pod.
All right. So starting these is the most annoying part, like, because there's no reason for me to be talking. There's no reason for us to be talking. So I'm like, how do we introduce anything? How does, like, nobody gives a shit immediately. But here we are. I'm back, I guess, kind of, ish, with Courtney. Let's say something.
Hi, guys. It's Courtney.
Nice. We're doing something different now. Over the next few weeks, Courtney and I are going...
Few weeks? It's only going to be a few weeks?
Well, recording-wise, like, we're going to hopefully change our lives in general and do better, but we're not going to podcast about it forever.
Right.
But even it's going to be a bi-weekly show of checking in. We're trying to get healthier.
Physically healthier,
which I think, honestly, we've done a lot of work mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
But I think that I almost feel like we've come as far as we can until we're physically better, because I do think that that's going to affect that. And I'm curious.
I think that's definitely a piece that it's time to step into.
It's great. Like, mine's so unbalanced, like, because I've done so much intense work mentally and emotionally that, like, and I've done zero physically.
Yeah.
So, like, this is such a long time coming.
Yeah.
That I am excited about that. But what I wanted to do is, most things for me are losing accountability. Like, so I'm excited that you and I are doing this together. And I kind of wanted to document as much as we're willing to as our journey. So, like, we'll post some before pictures of, like, where we're at now. We'll check in bi-weekly on a podcast and kind of see, how it's going, and stuff like that. But I wanted to start now kind of being like, where we come from and where we are now. So, like, where are you coming from and where are you now?
I am coming from a place where I was taking really good care of my physical health, and then things just like my mother passed away, and my mental health just kind of went down, and I just kind of stopped caring. I quit smoking, for the most part, which was great, but I just lost a lot of motivation, and I went into a really, like, sad place. Like, I was looking at a notebook that I keep on the treadmill, and last year, 2 years ago, I was on the treadmill 187 times. This past year, I was only on it 12.
Wow.
If that tells you anything.
That's a big difference. Yeah.
So I just felt it. I just felt like this was a year that's like, like hard, like mentally. I just needed to get through it, basically. Now I feel like I'm onto a fresh year. I'm going to start taking control. I feel like the physical health definitely helps your mental health. If you, even just the 15-minute walk every morning does so much mentally. Yeah. But no, I was in a really good place. I felt like I was, like, in, the best shape of my life. About 8 or 9 years ago, I went on a no sugar, no grain diet. Mm-hmm. But I also was doing a lot of intermittent fasting. But I would say, it was kind of effortless. I was also going through a really tough time. So I was depressed and, didn't really have that big of an appetite. Sure. But I was being really careful about what I was eating. But, within a 6-month time, I had dropped like 35, 40 pounds, like, pretty easily. And I was able to maintain that for, like, years, a long time. And it wasn't just sticking to that diet. Like, I was able to, eventually I just kind of started not being so strict, not fasting as much. But I did start a pretty regular, like, jogging, like walking, jogging practice. And I felt like that was really good at keeping me in shape. And I was just doing, like, light strength training and all that. But then, like I said, I just kind of let it go. And, like, the last few years, it's just been being way more lax with what I've been eating, not caring at all, just eating sugar and bullshit that I should not be having. Yeah. I went and got blood work done in October, and my numbers were just not great. I'm pre-diabetic. I just stuff. It's like if you keep not caring and fucking off like this, you're gonna end up with diabetes or Alzheimer's
It's like
or
we're at
whatever
the age
else.
now where it's like, okay, it's time to start,
Yeah.
keeping that shit in check and
Yeah, it doesn't.
staying focused on it.
Yeah.
Because it's getting harder the older we get.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to to start creeping in and showing its an effect. So I just want to get a hold of it now before, like you said, we do get any older. I don't want to be old and feeling bad. I want to take control of this and feel stronger.
Yeah, I think that makes sense too. And I think one of the things, a byproduct of everything you just said too, is kind of remembering that literally every body is different. So it's easy to kind of judge people. I think some people could look at you and be like, "Oh, Courtney's already in great shape. Like she looks everything." But you don't know what somebody's health is because your physical appearance is not your health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real easy to forget that because we live in that society that just base everything on looks.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, everybody's different.
But also, I mean, with somebody with like, a medium frame to gain, and I've gained weight to gain, 15 pounds. It's you definitely feel it. It's uncomfortable on your body.
That's the thing too. Like, for me, it goes back. If I go back, I've always been a big guy. Like I was 275 in high school. Like I've always been a big guy. Mm-hmm. I have a big frame. Like I'll even if I lost a lot of weight, I'm still gonna look bulky.
Yeah.
But back, like, let's see, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, somewhere in there is when I started getting really healthy. I was living at home when I started, and I started doing just a keto diet. And then I moved in with Katie, the witch.
Yeah.
Who was a magical person. And that's when I really got it dialed in. I was meal prepping my ass off. I had a good job. I was going to yoga 3 times a week.
Ooh, yes.
I actually worked part-time at the yoga studio. They had this thing where if you came in twice a week after hours and organized and cleaned, you could get 2 free classes.
Oh, God, I'd be in there all day.
Oh, it is so good. So
yeah,
I was getting 2 free classes every week and then actually doing, I took intro to yoga because I like to learn this stuff, not just do it. I took Journey Through the Chakras, like 1 and 2, like learning as much as I can and still, building a practice. Because I'd lost like 80 pounds in like 3 months.
Dang.
So I had gotten down to like 220.
And so you did that by, you say meal prep.
Yeah.
How did that like just keep you accountable with like not eating bullshit? What is your like vice, would you say?
So that's a good question because it's made it hard since then to get back to that because obviously it all fell apart bad. And like I've doubled, so I put on what I lost and doubled it.
Yeah, that's very common. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
But it also took, 12, 13 years to get that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was, I feel like it was a combination because and even now I'm always afraid to go back to yoga because I feel like my body's not ready for it. And like the first thing any yoga will tell you is like it meets you where you are.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It just means
you're sitting here Indian style on my couch.
I'm literally in a full lotus. Yeah. So
I think you're probably all right, man.
Yeah, somehow I am uncomfortably flexible, but I just have this Buddha belly. I'd be a good Buddha actually, but I think it's just I hate cooking.
Okay.
So
I don't like cooking either, but
back at that point in my life, it was nice because, Katie does the same thing. Like she's, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I believe she's vegetarian or something of that ilk. I know she doesn't eat meat. I don't know whatever their restrictions she puts herself, but she's at least a vegetarian, and so she always eats clean.
Yeah.
And so it was being in that environment was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
oh my gosh, I was just listening to a podcast or was it today or yesterday? One of these days, talking about that's one of the top 5 factors of your is the people that you're around.
Right. Well, and that's tough for me because my mom eats sweets all day. But I wouldn't blame somebody else for myself keeping me accountable, because I think that that's unfair. Like when I go to my sister's house too, it's the same thing. Like they have a lot of snackies and stuff like that, and that's great. And they can. It's up to me to not gorge on those things.
True.
And that's the thing for me, is that I can't have one or two of things. Prime example. This is embarrassing. Sarah and Mike went on vacation, and I watched the cats. So I was at their house for a week, and when I got there was 4 half gallons of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
By my third day, there was 0.
Yeah.
I had eaten 4 half gallons of ice cream.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, ice cream is one of those things, though. I feel like a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people.
They're also all gonna die.
Well, I mean, it's not good. It's not good. That's
but it is easy to eat. Like it's easy to lose.
That's why your best
because I eat out of the carton.
Oh yeah.
So it's real easy to lose track, and all of a sudden you hit that bottom.
They literally make the stuff so addicting on purpose. Like it's like not really your fault. I mean, you have to make the choice to not buy it ultimately.
And that's the thing is,
or not have it in your home, but obviously it wasn't your house. But you know what I'm saying.
But I think to get back to the original point, I think the hardest part is starting, like anything. Like I just said, even about doing this, like the hardest part is just starting. Once you start, especially like when you eat clean for a couple days, that bloat goes away. Like of that initial bloat where everything feels less. Like,
and inflammation gets better.
The inflammation goes down. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to lose that.
Mm-hmm. Feeling.
Exactly. So you're like, all right, and that becomes easy to be like, all right, I don't want to do like my house. I have a whiteboard calendar of that I keep track of all the shit that I'm doing and whatever I have coming up. And on the side has a spot for notes, and then there's a bulletin board on the bottom. And on the notes side, I have a list, and I literally wrote, "These foods aren't good." Mm-hmm. And every time I have something that I mindlessly get all the time that I know I'm not enjoying, but I've just become a habit of doing, like Dunkin' Donuts. Every morning I would go and get a Boston cream, and I'm like, this isn't even good.
Yeah.
But it's just something I would do. So I wrote it on there, Casey's breakfast pizza. I'm like, these don't taste good. I just keep eating them.
Out of habit, you've just grown accustomed.
Yeah, it just becomes a...
And do you know that the more that you eat something, the more that the bacteria in your gut makes you crave it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the combined of starting, at least back then, starting and then doing the yoga, because my body you'd feel amazing immediately. Like after one session of yoga, you're like, holy Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to keep doing that regularly, I was like, they were fueling each other, and that's why I was successful. Yeah. Now that fell apart while I was still living with Katie. I ended up switching. At the time, I was working in a warehouse. I was a delivery manager, and so it was easy to meal prep. I worked second shift. It was easy to meal prep and then just pack a lunch for dinner, and I would eat breakfast and lunch on my own before work. So it was kind of ideal.
Yeah.
And then I would be off on the weekends. And then I left that job and went in because I was finally getting my own retail store, and I've never been a store manager. Okay. So I was excited, and it was, pay increase and everything like that. That turned out to be an absolute nightmare. But I went and I managed the lids in the outlet mall. And the whole store, the whole crew was gone. So they were like emergency trying to put everything together.
Oh, man.
And so I worked like 60 days straight.
Oh, my God.
Without a break, open to close, because store managers, free labor.
Wow.
Above and beyond. So if you look at your salary, you're like, it's half because you're working twice as many hours. I get it. Yeah. Which is stupid, but that's welcome to America.
Yeah.
But now I'm stuck in a mall, and I only have access to mall food. Because working was open to closes, now I don't have time to meal prep. Yeah. Because I'm there early in the morning till late at night. Like, basically 8 in the morning until 9 or 10 at night. And that when you do that for more than because that's Sunday through Sunday, like that's no days off. You're just doing that until you hopefully don't have to, because we transitioned, a bunch of us went to that company in like September, so now Black Friday is right around Christmas is right around the corner. September is when retail starts prepping, and they start doing their hiring.
Yeah.
So everybody's trained through October. Come November, everybody's ready to go.
Yeah.
So it was the worst time to not have a crew.
Yeah.
And so anybody they start bringing in is brand new also. And they're trying to teach me how to run the store. So it was a shit show altogether. My store was connected to a Miss Fields.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I don't know if you ever had
That's
cookies.
not even, that shouldn't even be allowed.
Dude, it's like a TV show. It's so stupid. But like, of course, the lady who ran that is amazing. The nicest, sweetest lady. So I would get cookies all the time. The food court would bring food to the stores if you ordered it. So I could order food from the food court is all I had access to because that's the only thing I could get to come to me.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was just horrible. Like there's only so many options. Like now I feel like I'm better prepared for it because now I know I could be like, it wouldn't bother me to go to McDonald's now and just be like, hey, let me get a double cheeseburger with no bun, no ketchup. You know, and I'm just taking the proteins.
Yeah.
You know, and I can, it's still going to suck because it's a greaseball burger, but it's better than woofing down a double cheeseburger with all the extra BS on it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so, but then it was just like, oh, just send me a pizza. Like, just, you know, let me eat some cookies. That's the same as eating a real meal. And that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And counter to that also, I noticed that, I hesitate to say body dysmorphia because I feel like other people obviously have it way worse, and I feel like I'm being a poser. But when 80 pounds is a lot of weight, but you don't notice that when you look at yourself. When you see pictures is when you notice it. You're like, oh, Jesus Christ, like that's way different.
Right, right.
But when you're going through it, you're like, you just feel the same that you've always felt.
Yeah, I totally
Like,
know what you mean.
I can sit here and be like, oh, I'm breathing better and I'm moving better, but I still see the same fat kid I've always seen.
To you, your body just looks the same.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I started getting obsessive about the number on the scale instead of how I was feeling.
Okay, yeah.
And so I just kept chasing this number while everything's falling apart. And it just made me like, you start getting upset and then
You
you're
get
not
discouraged.
good enough.
You get
Yeah,
super discouraged.
exactly. Like it's crazy.
It's like you're
that
just
happens.
every day you're just disappointing yourself.
Exactly. Like, so, but that took a long time until, you know, because I always had active jobs where I'm moving around a lot. It started getting bad then because after that I went and I started making paint and I worked in a factory for the next like 6 years. And that was active as hell though. So like I was still like, I was maintaining, but I wasn't healthy. And then once I took management job at the paint factory, now I'm at my desk most of the day. So I'm not moving. And then after that, I worked from home, so I'm not moving. And then after that, I worked in a junior high, not moving. And then after that, now I'm I'm a bus monitor, not moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't moved in years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've, like I said, I have long since put on those 80 pounds and added another 80.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go back when you said I have body dysmorphia. What were you saying? Like you weren't like happy.
I didn't see
you
the
didn't like
health.
appreciate.
Yeah, I didn't
like,
see the
hang on
health
to it.
then.
Yeah.
I just became obsessed with this number needs to be lower.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at my body and being like, okay, I can see where I'm at and what I actually look like. I was more like, all right, this needs to keep going down, or I'm not successful, or I'm not good enough, or worth it, or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy to me that was even like a thing that could happen to me.
Well, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking that it probably also felt like a dopamine hit every time it did go down a little bit. That's how it feels for me.
Yeah.
Anytime it's like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
but the
like,
problem with that is that I at that time I wasn't eating healthy. I was eating basically whatever I could get at the mall.
Okay, is this the Miss Fields genre?
Yeah, and then only fruit outside of that, which is high sugar.
Yeah.
So if anything, I was losing weight because I wasn't eating correctly.
Got it.
And it was about to start going up because it was maintaining just from too many carbs and sugars.
Yeah.
So that's where that dopamine hit might come because, oh, you lost 3 pounds. But then it's like, all right, but you're about to start putting it on. And that's probably why it was slower also like to come on because I was still moving a little bit here and there. But now it's
and you had healed something in your body. You know what I'm saying? When you were being careful and meal prepping and taking care, you had healed something.
Yeah.
and then over time you probably just damaged
I
it again,
felt-
but it probably
yeah.
felt good for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just talking from experience because that's
No,
what I felt.
I think that that's valid. I never thought about it, but I think if I sit here now and kind of pull that thread, I agree that it was. I felt valuable, and I haven't spent a lot of time in my life feeling valuable. And one of the things that I've brushed upon and I hate talking about because I logically I mentally understand it's stupid, but it's how I feel. Is like when I was doing that, I was focused because I was on my own. I mean, like Katie was there, but we weren't like she was just a roommate. Like it wasn't like we were doing it together.
Right.
It was just somebody that could inspire you because she was doing a similar path. But I was on my own as far as I'm not having to maintain a relationship. I'm not having to talk to people. I'm not having to go out and do things. I'm zoomed in on this.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that it kind of requires, and that can be tough when you're trying to do a million things and add this on top of it. This requires some focus until it becomes second nature eventually. But when you're just starting, depending on where you're starting from, you really don't want to dial that in, and that was the thing for me. And the part that I was alluding to of not liking to talk about is one of the things that's held me back now is that I want to feel valuable now.
I think that you felt value in yourself because you accomplished something.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like you're looking to see what do I got? What can I do? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What do I have? What do I have in me that I can make myself proud about?
I think there's probably some of that. Usually because I equate those to things that I can do, like that I learned to do, like learning to play bass, like learning about all of my hobbies and things like that I get really good at, or learn uncomfortable amounts of things about, like that don't just come naturally.
Yeah.
So
And doing all that, I mean, I'm sure every time you do that, there's an element of raised confidence.
I don't know. Confidence is such a fascinating idea to me. I
Yeah.
don't know. Because
You should talk more about that. Tell me more.
Well, I don't consider myself. It's weird because I'm not unconfident.
Right.
I think that maybe it'd be better to say that I project how I think you're gonna feel on you. Because I don't feel I'm very confident in the sense of like I'll talk to anybody about anything. Like I don't mind approaching people. I don't mind looking like an idiot. Like that doesn't bother me. It's the only way you're going to get any kind of information or start a conversation or move forward in life. So those things don't bother me. And any kind of fear I have, I can set aside. Like I'm terrified of roller coasters. It won't stop me from getting on one. But I if I have the choice, I'm good. I don't need to do it. But if somebody's like, let's do it, I'm like, all right. Prime example, right now, Jason and I are playing this game. And it's terrifying. A couple nights a week we play this video game that I don't want to play. It's so scary.
Oh my God, video games are scary?
Are you shitting me?
I don't know.
He loves them.
Okay.
And I hate them, but he's like, we got to play. And I'm like, shit, it's not going to stop me from playing. But like, I keep hiding in barrels and being like, tell me when it's over. Making him go out and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's always kind of been I am. And that's, like you said, so I think it's bigger than just a simple confidence thing. That value piece, I think, is important because I don't like getting caught up in how you look dictates what you're worth. And this goes back to another reason.
No, I mean confidence like you get confidence from accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't.
Not from like looks.
Yeah, no, but I mean society dictates your value based on looks. Because I don't feel confidence by accomplishments. Especially because in this is a sidetrack, but our weird culture like takes pride in things that aren't accomplishments. And I feel like people build a confidence about stuff that is an accident. Like when somebody's like, I'm proud to be an American. Like, you didn't do that. It wasn't an accomplissement to be an American.
Okay. I don't necessarily feel like that's
When somebody's like, I'm
confidence.
proud to be Irish. Like, come on, man.
Okay.
You've seen people do that, right? Like,
Yeah, but I don't feel like them saying I'm proud to be American is confidence. I feel like that's just
what's pride?
patriotism.
Patriotism? But what's pride then?
I think pride is ego,
Oh, fair. Yeah. Yeah.
honestly.
I would agree 100%.
Yeah.
But I think that I put that with confidence. I think that's probably why I have a weird get up with that.
I can understand. I can understand the correlation.
Yeah. Because like I said, I don't feel
Confidence,
unconfident.
Confidence and ego is like, on a very surface, like, I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
I can totally understand.
To me, it always has
I
an
can get what you're
arrogant
saying.
tone. I think, man, now that I'm kind of going there, I feel like I would switch the word from confident to content. I'm so content with myself.
Yes.
Like I feel good where I'm at and what I'm doing and where I'm going at any given time. I was just talking with Amy about this on the Touching Parts show about there's a niyama in yoga about santosha, which is full contentment. It doesn't mean that you're done or don't have goals. It just means that you're genuinely fully content where you are while still moving forward in life.
Okay.
And I think that's what I would consider confidence instead of using the word confidence.
Okay. I can feel that.
Yeah. But I also get hung up on always wanting to, not always wanting to, like it's not like a desperate thing, but I enjoy being in a relationship.
Okay.
And I feel like that's where the part comes that I keep alluding to that I don't like talking about is that I want somebody to value me now because I know what it's like to have lost 80 pounds and see who talks to you like people that would never give you the time of day.
Yeah.
And now like I get it. I don't think it's being shallow per se. I think you're attracted to what you're attracted to. That's fine. Like that's different. But looks are so fleeting also. Like it's weird to invest in one thing.
Yeah.
Especially when you know it's going to evolve, good or bad. Like you don't know how it's gonna go until it goes. But it's sad to me to be like, well, people that won't give you the time of day now, in 3 to 6 months, are gonna be sniffing around like, hey, why don't we hang out? And I'm gonna be like,
well, that could also have something to do with they see you working on yourself and that's attractive to them.
But I think that yes, definitely, or that you actually followed through with something, and I think that's attractive.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Or that you're putting I can see you have value in yourself. You're not letting yourself go like you were. I agree, but I
think anybody that takes care of themselves is attractive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you're doing that, chances are good that
sure
you're gonna lure something in.
But there's a difference too. That's like where somebody's like, you know what, you'd be good BF material because I'm lucky enough that I'm friends with a lot of girls, women that have never made me feel ugly. Which is weird.
Well, you're not ugly.
Well, sure, but like they've never made me feel like what I look like mattered. Even though it was like all of my platonic relationships have never been anything but platonic, you can tell like who values beauty or what they perceive as beauty versus people that just see you as a person. And that's always been really important to me being on this side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you might feel different if you were a 360-pound lady.
Yeah.
Of how people interact. Like it's hard to explain until you've kind of walked.
No,
that.
I've definitely seen and heard people say that, so I know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's where I come from as far as, and like I just said, where I'm at, 360 pounds. It hurts. Like I can't stand very long. Walking to man, we parked the bus today and I had to walk inside, which I never usually do. I just go straight home. Just walking inside, I'm like, it just kills my back to walk for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's dumb. Like I don't want to do that anymore. Like especially because not to be weird, but like it's all in my belly.
Well, it's 360 pounds, but it's also a ton of inflammation.
Yeah,
Which,
that's true.
Which totally does not
Yeah.
help your
But I carry
mobility
it
at
out
all.
in my stomach.
Yeah.
So it's like my stomach's ripping my spine out constantly.
Yeah.
Like the rest of my body is pretty normal. I mean, I have a fat face, but I have a baby face. But I've noticed too, like now I'm getting, my thighs are good, but my adductors, like the inside of my thighs, are just starting to get a little flabby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. I don't. That's the end for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, that's what sucks is about when we're getting in our 40s, we notice we have less muscle tone.
Yeah.
Or we're losing muscle tone, I should say.
I've never had muscle tone. When I lost all that weight years ago, I could feel my ribs, and that was like a big deal. I was like, holy shit, I have a rib cage somewhere.
Yeah.
Like that was it. But and you had already said where you're at now. What are you looking to do then? Like our plan is we're gonna join a gym today. We're gonna sign up today at least, and then hopefully by the time we talk, we'll have gone there. We'll have gone for at least 2 weeks.
My plan is to develop a consistent workout.
Yeah.
First and foremost. I have a treadmill downstairs, and I have been on it every day since the first of the year. On the 8th, was that yesterday? I was on it twice. So I like to work. I'm doing 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd like to work up to a half an hour, but
Right.
mostly what I'm looking to do is I really want to get a hold of my diet. I really want to stop eating the bullshit that's spiking my insulin.
What kind of bullshit do you eat?
Like cookies. Like if the kids bake cookies, fresh baked goods are like my.
And that's what like my sister does all day.
My kids bake. People in my family bake. I feel like there's I've always access, and I have no control. Over that kind of stuff. Other than that,
have you ever so? A couple of times I have brought a big bag of ingredients to my sisters because she loves to bake. And I'm like, here's almond flour.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my God, I've asked the kids a million times. I've asked them a million times. Please make me keto desserts. Yeah. Please. And they're like, nah. They just want to make what they want to make. It's like, whatever. They know damn well I'm still going to eat it.
Her and Mike won't eat it, but I think it's exciting to kind of, when you love it for real, you're like, all right, it's another challenge. Let's do it. Let's try to make something delicious out of this.
Yeah.
And it's always been delicious.
Yeah.
So stuff like that I appreciate also.
Yeah. No, I feel like what I do is what I was doing was I was drinking coffee all day long and then not eating until I got home at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, but eating like whatever I could get my hands on, like eating a big salad, a bunch of beef sticks, some veg, whatever, just eating stuff and then eating dinner. And then by the end of the day, I'm not moving anymore.
Right.
So it was like, whatever. And then, like I said, I was on coffee. I was drinking coffee all day. Now, since October, I've given up the coffee. I've given up the dairy. I was eating a lot of Greek yogurt with like fruit in the morning. And, if I did eat in the morning, it would be that. And I was like, I don't really need all that high fat and dairy. Yeah. So I'm just basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stick to, like we talked about, an anti-inflammatory diet. Yeah. And I'm trying to keep my insulin levels low, and I'm trying to develop a consistent workout flow again, so that I eventually, I want to work on cardio and mobility, and I want to get back into doing some yoga, but I also eventually want to get into building strength, but that's not going to be till like down the road after I feel good again. Yeah. In my body. Even I'm working with a health coach, and she's like, I don't want you doing anything more than like walking and yoga right now, because I don't want you to like, my cortisol levels are so high and my cholesterol so high. She's like, I don't want you to stress yourself out. She's like, you need to work on de-stressing and like letting your adrenals relax, letting your body heal a little bit, like if like a lot of people get like issues from like all the dairy, she's like, let your digestive tract, just like settle, so that's what I've been doing. But like, I want to just get into the practice of keeping myself accountable on a regular, workout and watching what I'm eating. Yeah,
that makes sense. Also, I should have prefaced everything with, this is our journey specifically. individually and collectively, we do not have the answers for anybody else. Like
No.
try whatever you want to try as much as you can, and kind of just see what your body reacts to and what you feel good about. But like, don't listen to us and be like, oh, I'll just do that. Like, maybe that'll work out for you, maybe it won't. But like, I don't want to pretend that we know what we're talking about. We're trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, no, this is the last time I lost a bunch of weight. I did, like I said, no sugar, no grains. And I'm not worried so much about weight anymore, as far as I'm just worried about, I just want to feel good and feel, strong and comfortable and healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great. That's I'm in the same spot. Like I just said earlier. I think the two things, the working out, moving your body, and eating healthy, fuel each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, the hardest part is just starting. Yeah, and I feel like
What is your goal here? What is your intention in all this?
my intention is to start moving, because I haven't moved in years, and I'm just tired of hurting all the time.
Yeah. How consistent of a moving practice do you want to have? Like, when you say that, are you thinking you're gonna go like?
So I'm actually in a pretty good position, because as a bus monitor, I work a split shift.
Yeah.
So I work like 6:30 to like 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
And then I have a 5-hour break.
Okay.
And then I go back at like 2:10
Okay.
to like 4.
Okay.
So my plan is I already get up balls early, and I which I like, I always have. So I get up at like 5:30, but then I'll go to work. I'll be able to leave work, and I can stop at the gym around 9, and like you said, like walk for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, I don't want to kill myself either. That's what I'm most worried about.
Yeah, we have to not hurt ourselves.
Like, I'm in such bad shape that I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
And then end up having to sit out.
Right.
And like kind of undo everything.
That's why I just want to be chill.
And I'm not in any rush. Like, I know I've got a lot of pressure on my heart and body, but I know that if I'm cleaning up my diet at the same time, I know that those things will work itself out. My body is pretty impressive when I eat healthy. You can collectively hear my whole body be like, "Oh, awesome."
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So, but that's where I'm at too. Is very similar. Where I just want to get some movement, whether that's riding the bike, walking the treadmill. But it wouldn't. If I feel good at that, I don't have a problem kind of with that 5-hour break of doing that, and then after work I can stop again for another 15-30 minutes.
Yeah.
As needed, and then as because I come out to Sarah and Mike's usually on the weekends, and then you and I can go together. Because I'll be going to the Sycamore one.
Well, that's why I was asking you, like, because I want us to kind of hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself going like every day during the week, or like once a week, twice a week,
I think
times a week?
I think until I feel better, I should go as often as I can. Like, within reason. Like, I don't know what it's going to feel like to go. I don't know how it's going to affect my body.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when you work out, you're sore. But I don't know what that looks like at this stage in my life.
Yeah.
So I just want to kind of, at this point, all that's to it is to do it. And basically then react to how that feels.
It changes, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if we come back in 2 weeks and say, all right, we've gone, for me, probably I want to go at least 3 to 5 days a week would be like, 3 would be a bare minimum. I do think resting is just as important as working out. Like, but I'm looking for it to grow also. Like, once it starts incorporating some of that strength training, then I won't feel the need to, like, I wouldn't want to do that 7 days a week.
Right.
I still want to do right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would want to do the cardio still 5 days a week, but the strength training maybe 3, like, depending on what we're doing, and what those routines look like. So right now I'm just kind of open to anything, but really trying to listen to my body. I also don't want to just show up at the gym and look like an asshole of like, oh, where do we start? What do I do?
Well, that's how you start.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel I worked at a gym my senior year in high school, and then I joined I joined a gym a couple times, but never like actually really went. Cause like I feel like an idiot. Like I don't really know what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
when we do go in there, the first time I do go in there after we sign up, I'm gonna ask somebody if they can like walk me around and like show me around. And now I'm older, I don't feel as stupid asking for help about stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, what we should do is because we're recording this on a Friday, Sunday we should, if we're available, we should stop in here and take the tour, and then we'll be on our own for the week. The beauty of this too is that we can kind of check in every day and be, hey, did you make it to the gym today? Like, what are your blocks? Same thing here.
No,
I'm
gonna be like, no, you have to FaceTime me from the gym every day, and I'm gonna FaceTime you.
I think that's smart. Just kind of like, even if it's not a conversation, checking in. I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and stuff like that, because that's.
It's too easy to fuck off.
It is. It's very easy. And like the food thing is already going to be hard enough.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, so I'm like I said, I've a dozen times those things are going to fuel each other. But I feel like that's all there is to say here at the beginning, and then we'll see what happens as far as blocks progresses and stuff like that. You know, you can check the Facebook page here. We'll have photos so you can see where we're starting. I know. I don't want to talk about it either, but. I'm just thinking of the months out when we can be like, yeah, look at the photos now.
Well, it better be, because that's the only way it would be worth it to do it in the first place.
But all right, well, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and we will check in then.
Bye,
Appreciate
guys.
y'all.
Wish us luck.
Yeah.